Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very, very well. Good to see all of you on another live show, another late night show. Today, we're going to be going through all of the latest Chelsea news, everything regarding the club at the moment. And listen, I hope you've all had a good Thursday. Happy Thursday to all of you. It's almost the weekend. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. I can't say I'm counting down the days, but hey, why not? Let me get that set up as well. Ooh. Bloody hell. There we go. We got it. Yeah, we've got lots to talk about today. Lots of updates. Today we're going to be talking about all of the little things that you might have missed, okay? Because there's been a lot going on during the summer, and there's been a lot of things that have gone underneath the radar, things that people haven't necessarily spoken about. We're also going to touch a little bit on the internationals. Obviously, we've got England playing on the weekend. We just had games from Wales, games from Kazakhstan. I know Spain were playing against Bulgaria. We've had some of the ladies as well that have been playing. I've got a new signing for the Chelsea ladies team, which, generally speaking, I don't speak too much about the WSL, but when you look at the number that we are going to be speaking about, it is worth talking about because it kind of gives you an idea as to where the women's game is going. I'll be the first to admit I don't watch women's football, really. I don't watch it. I struggle to watch it a lot of the time. Like, I've been to 2 games and I've struggled. I am open to becoming a fan of the WSL, but I just it hasn't clicked for me yet. I know I like the politics of it, obviously, transfers, all of that sort of stuff. But in terms of the actual match days, that's something I need to get into, and I will be watching the game tomorrow when we play Man City. So if you want to stay tuned for that one, we'll do a watch along for the ladies. But yeah, big up to all of you. Let's go through it. Yokohama tires, bruv. There you go. You're thinking of the shirt? That's the one, mate. Big up to Harry. I'm doing very well. Alex as well. Did I buy the UEFA Champions League bundle? Yes, I did. It's not cheap, is it? £206 per ticket if you are buying all of the games. But yeah, I see a lot of people complaining on Twitter. And for those of you who don't know, I mean, let's do you know what? Let's have a look into that, because that is definitely something that is worth talking about. Let's see if I can find it anywhere. All right, let's see what people are saying. Okay, yeah, so we'll break it down in terms of the club first, and then we'll talk about the fan reaction, because there has been an awful lot of reaction to the Chelsea UEFA Champions League ticket bundle. Now, some of you might not even have any idea what I'm talking about, and if you don't, then to be honest, you're probably fine. But if you go to games, you need to know about this. It's important. Okay, this is definitely relevant to you if you go to matches. Now, what Chelsea have done is we have basically released these new bundles. Now, if you go on the Chelsea website, this is what you can see. Okay, give you a bit of an idea. Chelsea Champions League match ticket bundles on sale now to season ticket holders. Okay, Chelsea season ticket holders can now purchase bundles to secure their seat at each of the 4 Champions League phase matches at Stamford Bridge. The Blues return to Europe's grandest stage after a 2-year absence, and season ticket holders can now secure their seats for the following 4 league phase home matches, right? Because we've got 8 matches in total, 4 at home, 4 away. So these are all of the home games. She got some great ones like Barcelona, some decent ones like Ajax and Benfica, and then Paphos, which I can imagine most people probably don't want to go to, but that will still sell out irrespective. And this will certainly help with ticket sales for the Paphos game. This is the information that they've given. So Thursday, which is today, from 2 p.m. until Monday, the 8th of September at 9 a.m., season ticket holders can purchase their own seat for all 4 home UEFA Champions League fixtures. And then from the 8th of September until Tuesday, the 9th at 11 a.m., display season ticket holders can purchase a seat for all 4 home UEFA Champions League fixtures that have not been taken by fellow season ticket holders in the reservation period. Please note that the seat supporters purchase will be your seat for all Champions League home league phase fixtures, and supporters who do not purchase a bundle may not be able to secure their own seat during the match by match ticket sale windows. Chelsea members will get an opportunity to purchase bundles. A further announcement will be made in due course, and tickets will be sold online only. All persons under the age of 16 will be required to attend the relevant area of the ground with and sit in the ground next to a person over 18 years of age. Okay, blah, 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 parking. And then you've got the prices here as well. So this will give you an idea as to the cost. These are the options that fans will have. You've obviously got the west side, Matthew Harding, upper and lower, shed and shed lower. And then you've got the age groups as well. So this is my bracket, adult. So if you're like me, these are the prices that you will be paying. If you're under the age of 23, then you will be getting a discount, which is a real piss take because I could have fucking done well a couple of years ago. I never got any of these discounts. But that's why they changed it from, I think they changed it from 60. Did they lower? Did they put the age up for 66 or did they cut the discounts? I don't know. I think they changed something to give younger fans better opportunities, which I'm all for, in fairness. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, younger fans can have a slightly better discount. Yeah, so that's what I paid. I paid 206 in Matthew Harding lower, and that's for 4 games. So that works out about what, 55 quid a game, something like that. Just over 50 quid each. And yeah, it's not the worst, if I'm honest. I've seen you could have expected a lot worse. In fact, I heard that for some of these games, it was going to be about 60, 70 quid. So in the grand scheme of things, I think it could be a lot worse. But I guess that makes you think, who knows what they're going to put the prices at for the knockout phase. That's one of the concerns. Let's go through a couple of comments. Why was the Manchester United away fixture taken off sale? I have no idea, Harry. Alex is going to the WSL match. Enjoy yourself. MJ, happy that Chelsea has signed Alicia Thompson. Come on, ladies, and good luck for tomorrow. Yes, Pinnacle player. Thank you very much. Big up to everyone. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. Whether you're on X, whether you're on YouTube, it all helps. It all makes a difference. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well. Road to 100 likes on this stream, and then we'll see if we can work on. So come on, guys, show some support. It all helps, and I will maintain the streams as always. This isn't Chelsea related, but what are your thoughts on Daniel Levy leaving the role of the Spuds chairman? I'm absolutely thrilled about this news, but a lot of other supporters are worried. Well, I saw a little snippet. I don't know if it's actually true, but basically that the owners of Spurs, because Daniel Levy doesn't own Spurs, they're going down the route of being more ambitious and prioritizing success more. Now, if that's true, then yeah, maybe we should be worried. But if it's not true, then yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think that mentality, in fairness, it's hard to break that curse, if we're being totally honest. I did hear about Santos as well. So yeah, we are going to speak about him today. Chelsea King. Stephen says, is this the Vivid Seats discount? God. Big up to Jenksy. Hope you're doing well. Pinnacle player says, people are saying we're robbing Bayern. Why? Why are we robbing Bayern? What makes you say that? Thank you, Rob. I appreciate the kind message. Very kind of you. Are we going to have post-match podcasts in the studio with Nina and all the rest of them? Well, we're doing less studio work this season, guys, because it's so expensive, and the channel doesn't really make that much money as it is. But I mean, it's not a. Let's just say it loses money. That's the best way I can describe it. So no, not that many studio appearances. There will be the occasional one. Most of them will be from home, but we will maintain the podcast. And because we won't be renting a studio, we'll be able to make the podcast longer and be better at uploading them because we don't have to rely on a third party. So it's actually worked out quite well the way it is at the moment. So there you go. Right, let's continue with this. So only season ticket holders and members without a match ticket will be able to purchase home games through the ticket exchange. Supporters can access the ticket exchange through the season ticket holder and members portal. The sales information on the buy tickets page will be updated once the ticket exchange is open. In terms of ticket forwarding, season ticket holders and members can receive tickets up to 3 hours before kickoff for each of the 4 home fixtures. Please note that season ticket holders that forwarded their ticket will not be able to relist their ticket on the ticket exchange. No refunds for the bundle sales. Supporters are advised to make use of the ticket exchange if they are unable to attend any of the fixtures. And then obviously you got Club Chelsea as well, which is a little bit more expensive. So we'll leave that out. So that's what we heard about the bundles. What was interesting is the fact that, I mean, I don't remember the last time this has been done, to be honest with you. They did release another article on it as well. If you go on the website, you can see they released the first article here, and then they followed it up straight away on Club Chelsea, which I presume is just more expensive. Yeah, basically just higher prices. So if you're looking to save money, do that. But yeah, I personally was very intrigued by the response of a number of fans. So, I mean, looking at what people are saying on Twitter, on X, very, very interesting reactions indeed. And I would love to know your reactions in the comments as well. In fact, while we're doing this, we are going to run a poll. What are your thoughts? I want to put your comment on your thoughts for the bundle, and then we'll do a poll as well. There you go. I've put the poll out. Is the 4-game bundle a good idea? Okay, so all you can do is simple yes or no. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Simple as that. And then what we're going to do, we're going to react to what some people have been saying on Twitter, because their reactions have shocked me. Once we've gone through them, we're not going to go through that many comments, but we'll go through a couple. Then I'll see what you guys are saying in the chat. So let's get started with our first reaction, which is Scott Mills. Does anyone think this is shocking? I may not be able to get my seat for Champions League games unless I buy one of these bundles before Monday. And then he tags the Chelsea Supporters Trust. And it highlights, he's specifically highlighting this area, which says season ticket holders can now purchase bundles to secure their seat for all 4 of our home league stage matches. Please note that supporters that do not purchase a bundle may not be able to secure their own seat during the match by match ticket sale windows. So again, just to be clear, it's not saying that he won't get a seat. Like, he can still go to the game, but it's just saying you might not get your own seat. And that's what he's complaining about. So he's not happy that he could basically be sat in a random seat. We've also had some more reactions. So now you have to buy your Champions League tickets as a bundle or risk losing your seat during the normal sale window. Yeah, mate, casually got a spare £206 just sitting there. So Charlie's not happy about that. Fran says, so they want us to purchase a bundle, secure our seats for Champions League home games. The game is gone, so not happy there either. Stuart says, this is an absolute joke. If you don't buy the bundle, you can't guarantee I will sit in my seat I have paid for years. What else have we got? Laura says, can't even buy my own season ticket for the Champions League bundle. And then to add salt to the wounds, have to wait longer than others to hopefully secure a seat. Not looking great with the reactions we're getting here. Is that it? Okay, interesting. So Sam Harris says, please note that supporters that do not purchase a bundle may not be able to secure their own seat during a match by match ticket sale windows. Sorry, what, Chelsea? If I don't buy all four up front, I don't get the opportunity to buy my own seat. So he's not happy either. But Eddie says, match ticket bundle for the UEFA Europa Conference League announced. And it looks like some lessons from Ugarden are being reflected in comms below. So maybe this could be one of the reasons that Chelsea have gone down this route. Now, I don't know if that's one of the reasons, but maybe that is a factor, because anyone who knows what was happening previously when Ugarden came to Chelsea, they basically took over the stadium. Most of the fans were from Sweden. Or was it Denmark? Can't even remember. It was Sweden, wasn't it? So actually, that's a fair point. Michael says you can buy on a payment plan. Oh, well, that's fine then. Why are people complaining if you can buy on a payment plan? I presume that's a 3-4 month payment plan. Is that correct, Michael? Boycott the games. Come on, Stephen. You know you're speaking to the wrong guy for that. You're speaking to the wrong guy. I've booked all my flights. I've booked them all. What's the bundle called? Big up Varner as well. Hope you're doing well. Garnacho admitted that he was a Chelsea fan. We've seen pictures of him with all the gear, so that doesn't surprise me. They all wear Chelsea stuff, don't they? It's quite a trendy kit, so it's a good looking kit. Big up Natalie as well. Good to see you in the building. So yes, if you want my opinion on this, let's see the poll as well. Forgot the poll. Right, here's the poll. Okay, let's end it. Okay, let's see our results. Is the 4-game bundle a good idea? 69% of you said yes. 30% of you said no. So that'd be 31%. Cool. All right. So most people think it's a good idea. I'll be honest. I think it's a good idea. I don't know what you want me to say. I think it's a good idea. And now that Michael's enlightened me as well and said that you can have a payment plan, why wouldn't you do it? So again, sort of reiterates the fact that there is a little bit of flexibility. You're not being totally pushed with your back against the wall. They're not asking you to pay your rent money. If you can do it in installments, then I think that's absolutely fine. But that being said, it still creates an urgency that doesn't need to be there. But again, Eddie McCree, we saw that tweet earlier. It looks like one of the main factors, just going on that tweet, is that Chelsea want to confirm that Chelsea fans will be sitting in those seats. And when you look at it like that, that is a fantastic way of guaranteeing that it will be Chelsea fans in those areas. And then obviously you'll have the member sales, and that's fine. All right. But this is a positive step for me. It's a very positive step in that sense. Because if you want to go to the games, you go to the games. And let's not sit here and act like, these games are not in high demand. They're in massive demand. So I think there has to be an element of sacrifice from fans as well. If you want to go and watch Barcelona, then just buy the bundle and you've got them all. And you can just forward them on to friends anyway. You don't have to go to all those games. I would recommend you do if you're able to. Why not? But I think there's certainly worse things that I've seen. I've seen a lot worse than that. For me, this is okay. This is absolutely fine. But it is a bit strange that fans are almost being forced into, or they feel like they're being forced into it. And that's never nice, is it? You don't want to feel like your back's up against the wall. So if a season ticket is selling me 2 tickets for 1 Champions League match, does that cost on average £110? Yeah. Yeah. For the league phase, yeah. But it will get more expensive the later on we go in the tournament. It won't get cheaper. It will get more expensive. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. So yes, my take on it, I think it's fine. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I appreciate why people don't like it, but that doesn't mean I have to dislike it. I think it's absolutely fine. Big shout out to Cucurella scoring a really good goal for Spain. I would show you, but I think we'll get done for copyright. So unfortunately, I don't think I can do that. We also have to speak about a very, very interesting signing that Chelsea have made, or a verbal agreement with the WSL. Elisa Thompson. Now, this has been said by David Ornstein. He's written an article about this as well. Now, I had never heard of this lady. I'll be totally honest with you. Didn't have a clue. Not going to pretend that I knew who she was. But apparently, she's pretty damn good. That's what we're hearing, which is pretty damn good. This is what she looks like. Okay, there she is. That's Elisa Thompson. All right. And yes, Chelsea have reached a verbal agreement with Angel City to sign the United States international Elisa Thompson. If you are subscribed to The Athletic, you can obviously see some information about her. They are quite good with their in-depth reports as well. Yeah, so the WSL club Chelsea will pay an initial fee of just under £1 million, as well as potential add-ons for Thompson. Sources added she has already agreed a 5-year contract and travelled to undergo a medical ahead of the move. On Monday, The Athletic reported that Chelsea were in advanced talks to sign the 20-year-old with Angel City, with the clubs attempting to complete a deal ahead of today's WSL transfer window closing at 11 p.m. Is that British time? I don't even have a clue. I'm guessing it's 11 p.m. British time. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it is 11 p.m. British. 6 p.m. Eastern. They're 5 hours behind. So Thompson was not included in the squad for the 2-1 win over Bay FC on Monday, and she now appears to be set to become the 3rd player to depart the Los Angeles club for the WSL this summer, after Alana Kennedy and Katie Zellem joined the London City Lionesses, the club which is controlled by Washington Spirit owner Michelle Kang. Angel City's founding control owner Alexis Ohanian took a minority stake in Chelsea in May. For those of you who don't know who Alexis Ohanian is, he is the husband of arguably the greatest female tennis player of all time, Serena Williams. And he's basically betting on the fact that Chelsea is going to be a big investment, because he made a lot of money on Angels FC when he invested in that. Thompson was the first overall pick in the 2023 NWSL draft, becoming the first high schooler to be drafted first in NWSL history. She has made 16 league appearances this season, scoring 6 goals. Thompson has been capped 22 times for the US after making her senior debut as a 17-year-old in October 2022 against England. Thompson's proposed move comes at the end of a high spending window, with the transfer record broken twice. Arsenal made Olivia Smith the first £1 million player when they signed her from Liverpool, with Lisbeth Aval then joining Orlando Pride from Mexican side Tigres for 1.1 million. So this is going to be a very, very big deal in WSL terms. This is what we're talking about. Is trying to think of a male equivalent. What would we call that? If she was one of the first players that's around the £1 million mark, then I mean that's the equivalent of like £100 million signing. I mean probably 150 million in the men's game, just to show you the scale of what we're looking at here. Now, again, I'm not sitting here advocating that you all need to go and watch women's football and check out the match tomorrow, even though we are doing a watch along for it. So you're welcome to come and hang out. But what we do understand now is that the game is moving forward. It is moving forward, and it's interesting. I mean, I find it interesting how much money is now coming into the WSL. And we're not just seeing it in terms of success. We're seeing it in the same way that we complain in the men's game. We're seeing people coming in, Americans coming in especially, looking to make a pound note. And that is something that is only going to increase, I'm afraid. But it will make the women's game more lucrative. It should make it more attractive to watch, because hopefully the players are just better and the product is better on the pitch. But you can never guarantee anything. Sam Kerr is probably done, says Gabriel. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. Show it on the green screen. You know what's funny, Stephen? We're trying a video editor at the moment. She's editing a video which should be uploaded tomorrow. But yeah, she put something in the green screen, which was quite funny. I didn't even want anything in the background. I didn't want anything. But she basically thought, because I had the green screen, I obviously wanted to have something in the background. I didn't want to just have the green. She also thought that I wanted my mic covered up. So fair play to her. Obviously, she's gone the extra mile. But I said to her, I don't really care about all of that. The only reason I have the green screen is because it gets sunny and then you've got the light coming in from my curtains. Not because I'm going to do anything fancy. But I say that, I spoke to someone today and they said they can help me. So you never know. We could have a very good background coming in. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And yeah, hopefully we'll have that video out tomorrow as well. So check it out if you want to. I'll be basically going through all of our transfer incomings and giving them a rating out of 10. Okay, so again, going back to what we were saying on Alyssa Thompson and that transfer. Angel City are 9th in the NWSL standings, only a point behind 8th place Gotham FC. Didn't even know they had a team called Gotham, who occupy the final playoff spot with 8 games remaining of the season. Chelsea, who secured a 6th successive WSL title among a domestic treble last season, also have added Ellie Carpenter, Livia Peng, Becky Spencer, and Mara Albert to their squad this summer, but are dealing with injuries to Sam Kerr, who was recovering from an anterior cruciate ligament, so that's an ACL tear, that was sustained in January 2024. Lauren James also picked up an issue during the Euros, and Maya Ramirez has recently undergone hamstring surgery, and those are our goal scorers in the team, so no surprise that we're going for she's a striker, isn't she, this girl? Can someone confirm that for me? Is she a striker? She's obviously a forward player. Obviously the first game is at home to Man City tomorrow. They're saying it's a big loss for the NWSL and Angel City. At 18 years old, Thompson was a #1 draft pick who decommitted from Stanford to remain in her hometown of LA with Angel City in 2023. 15 goals and 11 assists later, her growth since that year still speaks volumes. 15 goals and 11 assists later. Oh, that's pretty good. In how many seasons? Where's the appearances? 15 goals and 11 assists. How many games has she played? 22 times by the US. 16 goals. 6 goals in 16 appearances. All right. It's pretty good. All right. That's an asset. We'll take that. Yeah. 16 and 6 is it's respectable. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just all right. I think that can, especially when you've got injuries. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. And she's so young, right? So I guess this is classic Clear Lake. They they want to get as young as they can. How long's her contract? Is it a 7-year deal? 15 goals and 11 assists later, her growth since that year speaks volumes beyond the stat sheet. Thompson has only become more complete and therefore dangerous and essentially irreplaceable. She is a winger as well, by the way. So she's not a striker. It's not only Thompson's impulse to dribble at defenders 1v1 at blistering pace, not only her ability to rip shots into the roof of the net at the moment's notice, it's also that she shoulders these duties while settling into a superstar role laid out for her and her 19-year-old sister, Giselle, by Angel City as the club's homegrown heroines? Hero? I don't know what the fuck that word is. Am I saying that right? Why couldn't they just say heroes? Whatever. And also the US women's national team, as head coach Emma Hayes chisels down her cool pool of players to take the 2027 World Cup. In some ways, the needs of the latter outweigh those of the former, especially. Yeah, I'll be honest. We don't need to read all of this, guys. We don't need to read all this. Right. I don't want to hear about the US team. I want to hear about Chelsea. Have we got anything more about Chelsea? Yes, we do. Chelsea showing ambition and pull in the market. Again, this is the WSL, guys. Just when you thought the champions Chelsea felt comfortably full of talent, they prove once again that being into... Oh, God. Do you know what? I think my English is getting worse day by the day. I used to be able to read no problem. Have I got some sort of issues? I don't, I have dyslexia, but not reading dyslexia. The words aren't jumbled. I'm reading them and I'm like, what? Oh my God, I can't read. I cannot read. All right, let's start again. Just when you thought champions Chelsea felt comfortably full of talent, they prove once again that being interminable domestic champions requires an appetite for success to the nth degree. Thompson is obviously a product of that appetite, but also a necessity. A preseason hamstring injury to Maya Ramirez and the Colombians' subsequent surgery means Chelsea are low on forward strength. And the London club are not taking any gambles on what further unforeseen injuries could do in a WSL tipped to be the most competitive yet. To pursue Thompson as the player to fill the gap embodies the sheer ambition at the club to not accept a potential hurdle as that, but to make an opportunity to pursue and acquire a player who has been on Chelsea's radar. Being on a radar and acquisition are two different things, though. For Chelsea to pull yet another US women's national player, and one with plenty of potential, but one actively becoming the face of an NWSL franchise, demonstrates the sway they have in the current market, from historic investment to domestic titles to an ambition of finally achieving in Europe. What Thompson offers on the pitch is obvious: pace, quality on the ball, and attacking threat. But off the pitch, there is a promise of tapping into an American market growing increasingly ripe for British teams to exploit. As Ohanian hinted amid his investment into Chelsea, every season seems to be prefaced with hope from opposition WSL clubs that maybe this won't be Chelsea's year. Thompson is an example of why such hope is often met with weary smiles. There you go. Quite a long article, quite a lot to get into, but it's worth looking into, guys, because, well, first of all, there's no male transfers we can talk about in the first team, but you know, the WSL is becoming more and more competitive, and Chelsea is still pushing in the right direction. So I don't see anything wrong with us continuing to strive. I suppose one of the questions that people will have is why aren't we doing this in the men's team? But you know, it's much more riskier signing a player for 100 million on 300k than it is signing a woman for $1 million on whatever it is, 10, 20k. I don't even know what her wage is. So that's the idea, isn't it? It's a totally different business model. And I suppose if you guarantee success and you just keep going on and on and on from that, let's just say Chelsea win the league for the next 10 years, that franchise is going to grow massively in value because it's the only team in the WSL that actually win. So you can understand why Alex Ohanian, this investor, is so keen. You can understand it. Okay. Let's move on from that. I think we've gotten as much out as we can out of Alyssa Thompson. What is very interesting that we've had an interview from Joao Pedro, and it was on the Standard. So for those of you who don't know what the Standard is, the Standard seems to be some sort of it's a newspaper that I don't read much. Is it a newspaper? News, sport, business, lifestyle, culture. Maybe it's, I don't know what the Standard is. But they've got a Joao Pedro exclusive, which says Chelsea's new boy on title ambitions being Brazilian's number 9 and his Ballon d'Or dreams. So, hey, listen, check out this interview if you haven't already. I think it's free to check out. The men's is about making profits and the women's about winning trophies. Hey, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Okay, so here's what they spoke to Joao Pedro about. When asked about Cole Palmer, he said, Cole is a superstar. When I came to Chelsea, I was a little bit scared about how he was going to react because I was the main guy at Brighton. I knew Chelsea would be a little bit different. Oh, for fuck's sake. I said to Cole, I'm here to help you. And obviously they linked up very, very well in the Club World Cup final when we beat PSG 3-0. Joao Pedro said, he knows I can help him. I know he can help me. We have a good chemistry on the pitch. I think he feels the same. Together, we can win more titles for Chelsea. When asked about the Premier League title this season, Joao Pedro, he said it's too early to say whether we're going to win it or not. But if you watch us, you'll say we have a good chance. And I agree. When asked about sort of other big strikers in the league and competing for the Golden Boot, Joao Pedro said, big clubs from England have brought the top strikers from Europe this summer. It will be interesting to compete with them for the Golden Boot. It would be a dream one day to win the Ballon d'Or. I believe in myself. Everything is possible. I believe it can happen. And that is a mentality right there, guys. It doesn't matter if he actually does it or not. Obviously, not sitting here saying don't do it. Obviously, if you're going to be that good, Joao Pedro, crack on. Nobody's going to complain if you score 60 goals in a season and win the Ballon d'Or. But yeah, it's the mentality, isn't it? He's not talking about, oh, can I break into the first team? I just want to settle down at Chelsea. No, he's saying, I want to win the Premier League. I think it's possible. I want to win the Ballon d'Or. I think it's possible. And that is exactly what you want in your dressing room. You don't want people coming out saying, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to work hard. I'm going to train hard. I don't know if you saw that video of Garnacho in training as well. It's absolutely hilarious. Basically, he was huffing and puffing after training. And he was like, my legs, that final sprint. And then Fofana was sitting down and he was sort of laughing and smiling. And he was like, it's not the same training at Chelsea as it is at Manchester United. And I was like, fair play, Fofana. You know, I give Fofana a lot of stick, but that was good. That was very good, mate. Fair play to you. So, yes, new standards at Chelsea, Garnacho, and a new mentality. When you got people like Joao Pedro coming from Brighton, bringing this kind of mentality, it does show, even if you're not a winner by definition in terms of winning loads of trophies, you can still be a winner inside. Yeah. And that's the way it sounds, at least so far from what we've seen with Joao Pedro. And he hasn't exactly said anything different on the pitch. On the pitch, he's performing. So I take his words in a much more serious way than I would, a striker who come in and doesn't perform. Joao Pedro, when asked about the USA, he said, when I arrived in the USA, Enzo said, I want you as a number 9. So in training, he says, Joao, you need to be more clinical in this part. You make a touch to the right here. I love this kind of coach. If you don't get feedback, it's difficult to improve. He moved to Fluminense age 10. Obviously, we played against them in the Club World Cup. He said he was a number 10 for them. And then at under 16s, one director there told me that I was going to be a number 9. Okay, no problem. So I started to play as a number 9. In 3 games, I scored 15 goals. Then in a tournament in Belo Horizonte, I was the second top scorer, and Watford started to call my agent. He then joined Watford at 18 in January 2020 and got 32 goals in 109 appearances. Brighton paid 30 million for him in 2023, and he took the number 40. And then he scored 40 goals in 70 appearances at Brighton, which actually is fucking awesome. Oh my God, that's awesome. As goal contributions, sorry, not goals, goal contributions. I was going to say, that's unreal. Still very, very good, by the way. He had 7 goal contributions in 6 appearances. He has 7 goal contributions in 6 appearances for Chelsea. He continues on an upwards trajectory. And then Joao Pedro had this to say. He said, old number 9s held up, were physical. My style is different. I'm very good in 1 versus 1. I can pass. I can get assists, score. I'm a modern number 9 who can play number 10. I play in small spaces. He does admit that he must score more goals with his head, but he hasn't done a bad job of that either since he's been at Chelsea. Scored two headers in our last 2 games. He also said this: when I was at Brighton, I told my agent I wanted to... Oh, for fuck's sake, it keeps messing me around my computer. I told my agent I wanted to play in the Champions League. And then he said, I'm very excited for that with Chelsea. Cole doesn't like to talk too much, but when we talk about how good the season can be if we link up, he says, when I joined in the USA, he asked me, how many goals am I going to score this season? I call him sometimes after he didn't play at West Ham. The next day I texted him. We have a very good relationship. When speaking about his home life in London, he says, when I was in Brighton, I was missing London a little bit. He admits, I had a chance to move to another big club, but I chose Chelsea because it's in London. It's a big club, and I knew it in my head. It was the right move. The other club he is referring to is obviously Newcastle. They failed with a bid of £50 million days before he ended up joining Chelsea. So actually, I didn't know that. One of the key factors then was Joao Pedro joining Chelsea. It had nothing to do with football. It's just the fact that he likes living in London. He obviously had fond memories living in London when he was at Watford. He spends much of his time at Chelsea with his Brazilian teammates, Andre Santos and Estevao. We've always sat together at breakfast, lunch, and training. I've known Andre for more than 8 years because we have the same sponsor. Andre is funny. We joke a lot. Esteval is shy. It's difficult for him to adapt. I try to push him to ask for his breakfast in English. Sometimes training is too long for him and he feels tired before the gym. I don't always need to do the gym, but I go with him because I think it's very important for him. He knows how physical the Premier League is. Me and Andre push him. So what makes Esteval so special? And this is what Joao Pedro had to say about Esteval. He said, mate, he's from the street. You can see he's a natural. Tosin said to me, wow, Esteval is amazing. Playing for Brazil and Chelsea at 18. Oh my God, he's going to be like Vinicius Jr. Now I meet with Andre because my girlfriend knows his. Fucking hell, I don't need to know all of that stuff. I don't need to know about his girlfriend. Speaking about the World Cup, obviously he's playing for Brazil. He wants to win the World Cup, blah, blah, blah. I think that all right, we got the gist of it. We got the gist. You want to be successful, big up to you. That's the idea. You know, sometimes I do think these articles, they just contain a little bit of, what's the word? Just pure waffle. Who doesn't like a bit of waffle every now and again? But we got a couple of other things to get through as well. But the main thing I learned from that interview was he was really nervous, Joao Pedro, about playing next to Cole Palmer because obviously he was the main man at Brighton. I didn't realize how good his GA was. It's 40 and 70 is pretty good in his Brighton career. And one of the main factors in him moving to Chelsea wasn't even the football, although I'm sure it was certainly an idea. It was the fact they wanted to move to London. So that is a very interesting fact indeed. Now, let's talk about Enzo Maresca. Let's give credit to the man that has so far kept Chelsea undefeated in the Prem. He has been nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month for August. Now, the question is, does Enzo Maresca deserve to win that award? I ask you in the chat. Does he deserve that award over Arne Slot, who has won all of his games, over Mikel Arteta, over Thomas Frank, over David Moyes? Sunderland also on 6 points. Bournemouth looking good. Palace looking good. So are any of those other clubs doing better than Chelsea to deserve that award? I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't give the award to Maresca. Big up to you, man. Like, fair play, but I wouldn't give it to him. I'd probably give it to Arne Slot, if I'm honest. I mean, he's had a fucking great start to the season. And I think that's just a pretty basic prediction. You don't need to have the biggest football brain in the world to know that Arne Slot's going to win. Joao Pedro needs backup. Yeah, he's been great. He's been a great player for us. You love how I say he was the main guy. Yeah. Reece James, Joao Pedro, Palmer, Gusto, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Walker-Correa have all said we can compete for the league and Champions League. Love that mentality switch. Absolutely. Players have the mentality, but our directors and ownership don't. I suppose time will tell, Stephen. Look, again, people want to talk about trophies. It's difficult to criticize Chelsea not wanting to win trophies when we've just won 2. There's a timing for every conversation, and I don't think that this is the right time to talk about that. Now, if we crash out against Lincoln, similar to how United crashed out against Grimsby, that's a different conversation. If you don't get through the league phase of the Champions League, fair play. If you go out in the FA Cup, you know, if you fall back in the league, then absolutely fair enough. But until then, I think we need to try and just have a feeling of unity. I did see the Cucurella goal, Abdul. It was a great goal. You heard that Joao Pedro injured by Casemiro. I haven't heard anything about that, to be honest with you. Oliver Glasner, yes, that's a fair point. Oliver Glasner. Do you know what? I probably would give it to Oliver Glasner just because it's Palace, isn't it? I'll give it to Palace. All right, Glasner can have it. Maresca does it because his team's not struggling to win. I mean, we did draw against Palace, mate. So, yeah. Where does Nina live? I'm not going to tell you where Nina lives. What kind of a question is that? Ask her yourself. God, I haven't had one of them in a while. Don't think I've ever had one of them. Big shout out again to Joao Pedro. He has been shortlisted for the Premier League Player of the Month for August. So not only a player in our squad, but also our manager as well. Now, this is a very interesting one. Chelsea have submitted the Champions League squad, and they have passed UEFA's financial check. This is the statement from UEFA. The squad list submitted fulfilled the criteria of the settlement agreement, and it was therefore already reviewed and approved before publication on UEFA's website. So that is what UEFA have said to Chelsea on that point. And this is what a lot of fans, I'm sure, have to say about that. Lots of celebrations knowing that we can play in Europe. Not that we should have to pray, but I can appreciate that maybe a few people were nervous. Yes, we are going to be speaking about the squad, Stephen. So let's find that out. Let's get that detail on screen, and then we'll talk about it. It was Kieran Gill who spoke, who dropped the story. Okay. This is the squad that we are looking at, guys. This is what we're looking at. 23 players listed by UEFA. Okay. So in goal, Sanchez, Jorgensen is our second option. Left back options, you've got Cucurella, you've got Hato. Right back options, you've got Gusto and James. Centre back options, you have Tosin, Badiashile, Colwell obviously injured at the moment, Chalobah, Fofana. Midfield, Fernandez, Asugo, Santos, Caicedo. And then more attacking side of things, Palmer, Gittins, Neto, Delap, Joao Pedro, Mark Guiu, Esteval, and Garnacho as well. And then we do that. Yeah, that's our A squad. That we have a B squad as well. But I need to find out. I know who they are. I just need to find out on screen if I can give it to you. We'll find that out. We'll find that out very, very shortly. Tyreek George is one of those players. Here we go. So the A list is what I just read, and the B list is Tyreek George, Lavia, and Josh Achimpong. So they're all eligible for the B list. That's again according to Kieran Gill. And then people are saying, where the hell is Buonanotte? We literally just signed this guy on loan. And one of the selling points with Buonanotte was that he was looking forward to playing Champions League football. Surprise, surprise, he's not in the squad. Crazy, man. Crazy. I hope he looks forward to playing against Lincoln, because that's about as good as it's going to get unless we have some serious injuries. Buonanotte, I really don't know what kind of deal Chelsea did with Brighton, but I guess we just wanted something low risk. Low risk. enough to fill in if necessary, but ultimately not our first option. Why is Fofana there? Because he's fit, man. He's fit, Stephen. He's coming back to fitness. Dump Fofana and replace him with Buonanotte. Listen, when Fofana's fit, there's no doubt he's one of our best defenders defensively. Not on the ball, but defensively, he's one of our best defenders. He's got great aerial ability as well. Great ability to win headers and duels. But yeah, I'm obviously not a big fan of Fofana, as you know. I like players who are available. Is that a crime? Apparently, that's a crime in the modern world. But if you're not fit, I'm not really too bothered. Hey, JC, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We have 2 slots available. Why not include him in the list? Makes no sense. I don't understand the logic. I'm sure we'll find out more, to be honest. Maybe we want to add some players in January. Possibly. I'm doubtful about that. I'm doubtful, but possibly. Lavia's in the B squad as well with Achimpong and Tyreek George. Do I trust Fofana to stay fit? Absolutely not. Where is Morata? Well, that is my favorite question of the day. And I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, in terms of the squad, listen, guys, goalkeeper, it's just, you can't really complain. I mean, we already know. I feel like if I keep complaining, I'm gonna start evaporating if I keep complaining about the goalkeeper. As the stream goes on, you're just going to see parts of my face falling off. So I don't even need to speak about the goalkeeper. I will say this, though. Jorgensen deserves a bit of game time in the Champions League. Like Patos, isn't it? Patos is one of the teams. Play Jorgensen in that game. And Napoli away, if we've already won the majority of our games and we've qualified, again, play Jorgensen in that game. So give Jorgensen a bit of a chance, because Chelsea's saying they're open to selling the guy for the right price, but you don't give him any opportunity to increase his value. So why would anyone want to buy a goalkeeper who's not active, who's not playing? Yeah, Sanchez is a mystery that we need to unlock at some point, but we'll leave that one to the gods, the footballing gods. Here's a good one. Andre Santos turned down a salary of 8 million per year. I think that's euros per year from Al Qadisiyah, which is around 5 times more than he earns at Chelsea. Al Qadisiyah, who belonged to Aramco, the country's oil state company, offered 60 million to Chelsea, which is 20 million more than West Ham. But we still, I mean, it doesn't say anything about Chelsea rejecting this bid. Does that worry you? Or maybe we're just not getting the full picture with this article. I would like to think that Chelsea would have turned this down anyway, but we're hearing that the player turned down a bid, which means that Chelsea would have been open to selling him. But not really enough information to go off. I'm not gonna get carried away and go off in a tangent. But yeah, respect to Andre Santos. Listen, mate, you're going to have a better career playing in Europe than you are in Saudi. And the problem is, once you get dragged into it, it's very, very difficult to it's very difficult to get out. That's the reality of the situation. Mitrovic is a great example. Once you're in the Middle East and you get used to been paid all of that money, how do you then retract and go, I want to go back to Europe where it's harder and I make less money and it's colder and the standard of living is lower and all the rest of it? So yeah, good decision by Andre Santos. Very interesting story here, guys. This is by The Sun. Raheem Sterling stuck in Chelsea's bomb squad on 325k a week where he can't eat with pals and must use a separate toilet. Absolutely brutal. Are you hearing this? Mad. And this is by Lloyd Canfield, who, if I'm not wrong, oh yeah, I know him. I know Lloyd. So he works for the Sun. Big up to Lloyd, actually. Lloyd has only just recently started writing these articles. Before, I think he was just helping around the Sun, but he's literally just become a reporter very recently. I obviously did a little bit of work with the Sun, so that's how I met him. But yeah, this is what he's written about. Let's see what it says. What does it say? Raheem Sterling has been left in footballing limbo after failing to secure a move away from Chelsea in the summer transfer window alongside Disasi and Davidatro Fofana. The trio are the final remaining members of Chelsea's bomb squad, which was largely evacuated from the club this summer and previously included names such as Ugochukwu, Chukwuemeka, Vega, Broha, Alfie Gilchrist, and Ben Chilwell. Obviously, Sterling failed to find a move away from the club. And despite being paid handsomely to do so, those unwanted by Enzo Maresca, including one of the finest England and Premier League players of a generation, again, that's the Sun's word, not mine, are being kept entirely separated from the first team. The extent to which they are isolated is astonishing. Being made to use a separate toilet, a separate changing room, and to eat away from first teamers. It raises questions as to how these players are being treated, regardless of the wages they are paid. The exile that Sterling and other unwanted footballers have faced is a kind of measure usually reserved for punishing individuals for disciplinary breaches. At the age of 30, Sterling is a mentally robust individual, having experienced the highs and lows of being a footballer ever since he was a wonder kid at QPR. I didn't even know he played for QPR, to be fair enough. But there must have been some psychological strain even for him from being essentially banned from hanging out with his mates at work. It's no secret that Sterling was close to Cole Palmer and other players. Disasi is, or should that be he was, a popular member of Chelsea's French-speaking cohort, which includes Malagusto, Lavia, and Wesley Fofana. The fate of Sterling, it's not looking great for Sterling, is it? It's not looking good. But why would you feel bad for him? He's on 325 grand a week, guys. He could get a move away. He's not interested. He is not interested. I spoke with Charlie about this. Why would you? I don't give a fuck. I'll say to him, look, we have phones. This is modern day. You have technology. Give your mate a call after work. Go and hang out with them after work. It's not like you don't have any spending money. It's really not something that we should be doing, feeling sorry for Sterling. We should be looking at the reality of the situation. This is an overpaid footballer who's refusing to leave Chelsea because nobody else is going to pay him as much. And if they are going to pay him as much, they're not in London. And he is refusing to leave London, which leaves your options very thin. Crystal Palace, nope. Fulham, nope. What was the other one? I've just forgotten the other one. Arsenal, didn't work. Tottenham, not going to happen. There's another one that I've forgotten. Brentford? No, Brentford, no. What was the other Fulham? What was the other London club? Have I missed something here? West Ham. Yes, West Ham was the other one. That's the one. Yes. I can understand why I didn't want to go to West Ham. He's probably sick of Graham Potter after what he went through. Yeah, he had lucrative offers from Saudi and the MLS, but he wasn't interested. Sterling still believes he can return to the England squad and wants to play at a level that would give him the best chance of doing that. Are you fucking joking me? Come on, mate. Oh, that's just horrendous. That is horrendous. Oh my God. When he left Man City to join Chelsea in 2022, he brought his young family with him and would have preferred an opportunity to join at a London club. But Sterling is believed to have made it clear at the start of the summer that he would not be rushed into a last-minute move again, having been presented with the Arsenal loan in the 11th hour of last summer's deadline day. Yet despite having months to sort out Sterling's situation, Chelsea were unable to find a solution. And as the clock ticked down on Monday, despite rumours of interest from Fulham and Crystal Palace, nothing concrete emerged. Distassi also stood firm, apparently rejecting loan opportunities from West Ham and other clubs. And obviously Celtic tried to get David Dutcher Fofana, but that didn't come to anything. We also had the move to Charlton, which collapsed for David Datro. Fofana. I think the long and the short of it is that Raheem Sterling is not going to be getting in the England squad anytime soon. It's just not going to happen. So I don't know why there's this sort of false reality that he's actually going to have something to contribute. I don't understand why that's even a conversation at the moment, to be honest with you. Smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. Subscribe to the channel as well. We've got almost 100 of you. We haven't even got 75 likes. Come on. I have been going for a late one. You don't have to support, but it's always appreciated. All right. Appreciate everyone watching, regardless whether you're on X or on YouTube. We've got 500 all over on all platforms. Listen, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Finishing up on Sterling. And tomorrow we're going to have another live stream. I am going to be doing a watch along for Chelsea in the WSL against Man City. That's our opening game. So I'm going to be doing a watch along for that match. If you fancy joining, feel free to do it. It's in the evening. I'll double check quickly as well. When is the game? Have a look. Women's team. There you go. So that is the match that we'll be watching. 7:30. So I'll probably start around 7 o'clock. Why not? Start streaming at 7 o'clock and I'll watch the match. Guys, I have never done a watch along for the WSL, but I have time. I'm able to do it. I've got the week off. I've had the week off. So I will be doing a watch along for that. I'll also be doing a watch along for England on Saturday. And yeah, a couple of videos coming out as well. So big up to all of you. Really appreciate your time. I'd also let me know in the comments as well how you feel about me doing stuff on Strasbourg, because we do have a lot of players on loan there. It is relevant to Chelsea. Do you think that it would be worth me covering Strasbourg? Because I'm actually intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by what's going on in France, and I think if I can do it, why not? So let me know what you think about that, guys. You want me to cover Strasbourg? Also, an update on Daniel Levy as well. He never stepped down from Tottenham. He was removed. The decision was taken by the club's majority shareholders, the Lewis family, marking a seismic change in how Tottenham is run. Levy was told on Thursday that he would be leaving his position, with Peter Carrington, the Lewis family's appointee, stepping into the new role of non-executive chairman. A source close to the Lewis family heralded a new era at Tottenham and pointed to a desire to improve on-pitch performance. There you go. Please do cover Strasbourg. All right, yeah. Well, I'm going to do it. I just thought it'd be interesting to know what you guys think. Listen, really appreciate your time, guys. Smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you tomorrow around 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. UK time.